Live on YouTube, like nothing ever happened. Hey, 4 p.m. starting the stream. How's it going, everybody? Hey, how it doing? How it doing? How we doing? How we doing? All right. Our train's starting to look pretty cool. We're going to need little add-on details that we can put on the edges. Things like cables, pipes, etc., etc. You know, we're going to need stuff like that. That'll definitely add to the cool factor. And I'm all about cool factor, as you guys know. Big fan of cool factor. All right, what else is on our list? Fix the leaks, done. Add the exterior material. Do I use State Tree AI or just State Tree? I believe it's State Tree AI. I believe it is State Tree AI. Okay, let's go ahead and re-export this. It's not going to have a material on the outside. Very good. So the interior will be interior walls. Why is the inside being selected? Ah, because the faces are still there connected. Of course it is. There we go. Silly me. And then this will be exterior panels. So now we should have the inside. It just doesn't have the proper UVs. Neither does the ceiling, actually, now that I'm looking at it. We can move that into place. This one we can move into place. Do the same thing to the other side. This one move into place. Don't really know why I'm not mirroring this. It would make my life a lot easier, but whatever. Yeah, well, you know, whatever. I think it's because it doesn't have a UV map 2. Oh, I wasn't editing UV map 2. I guess that makes sense. So did I edit those UVs for no reason then? Oopsies. Might have made a bit of an oopsie. Done. Export. Export. Oh yeah, because the other wall dips in for some reason. Does it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. For some stupid reason. Okay, so that means, correct face attributes. Should keep the UVs where they should be. Yep. And then we can go ahead and fill that in. Dude, that's so cool, man. If it fucking like fixes the UV for me. Oh, dude, that's sick. Dude, hell yeah. Now, I wonder if that kept the right... Oh, interior is the first material ID. Okay, we're all good then. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Dude, why... I should mirror this. I should really mirror this. I don't know why I'm making my life so much harder by not mirroring this. Whatever. What does fix the UVs? There's a tool in here called correct face attributes. Whenever you move something around, it's going to move the UV with it. Sometimes undesired effect, but when you're moving like an edge loop around, it'll fix it for you, which is really cool and very handy. Sometimes you got to disable this though, because you might move an object and it'll also move the UVs. So sometimes it has some unintended effects. In fact, I might have fucked up on this one because I think I moved the UVs. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Did a little oopsie. See, this is a good example where I did a little oopsie. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just say fuck it and move this. Doesn't mean that we'll get a little bit of stretching, but whatever. There we go. Now we got our interior wall. Of course, there's quite a few things I do. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, well, you know, this is a good example right here of one of these moments where we probably want to do something a little different. Let's give it interior and then exterior, no panels. This will be exterior, no panels. I believe this is mirrored. I think. All right, sick. Hell yeah. You know, Johnny, what are we working on today? The trains. Basically making our modular kit more visually cohesive. Making it look good, optimizing the train a little bit by separating some of the parts, of course. So then we can actually start making our variants, because one of our big things in our big list for our proof of concept is having 8 different train carriage variants. So now that we have it separated, we can do some really cool stuff. I think there's still the floor we have to separate, so we haven't separated that, but we could do some really cool stuff. I think one of the cool carriage variants I want to make is a laundromat. I want to make the laundromat. I think that'd be sick. And then different variants that have different rooms, I think could be kind of cool. I think a cargo variant could be really sick with like crates and stuff. So like that's kind of like the idea, is like making stuff like that. Yeah. I think the cargo one could look really cool, having like a big garage door. Big garage door on the side. Um, very fitting for the type of car it is too. Where do I get my textures? I either make them or I get them from, there are probably some old textures from textures.com, and then there's a place where I got this normal map texture from like a Polyhaven, I think. I forget what it's called. Do I make them in Designer? No, I don't know. I don't know how to use Designer yet. I've been paying the license for Designer, for like renewing the license for years now, and I still don't know how to use it. I'm using physics handle with smooth sync. I'm trying with one of my friends, but our game starts stuttering at 80 to 90 ping. I was wondering if you've made a ping test. I always run all of my tests with network emulation on average. So that's 30 to 60 ping. Some of the stuff I had to do for smooth sync is whoever starts handling an object first with the physics handle becomes the owner of that object. And then in smooth sync, there's an option for handling the owner changing. So the server changes the owner and the client changes the owner on their end. And then it's a lot smoother for that client, but it's inevitable that you're going to get a little bit of stuttering at high pings. Just I would tinker with the smooth sync settings to find one that kind of works for you, but that's one of the things I did. I don't know if it has any adverse effects by doing that yet. But so far, that's a nice way of making the client side at least feel better about stuff. So, yeah. Does it, will the things that break be in every variant or all have lights break and rats and cargo, etc. randomly spawn? It can be authored. So some train cars will have a toilet and some won't, you know. There might be the laundromat train car that has very specific laundry tasks to do, but it's only in that car, right? So it really depends. Lights breaking and the electricity goes out heavily depends on if it has an electrical box or a fuse box, right? If it doesn't have a fuse box, the lights can't really go out because you can't bring them back, right? So every car will kind of have different things, which I think makes it more interesting, you know, kind of adds a little bit more variety to the gameplay. I guess as players play the game, I guess they'll slowly learn all of the different car variants that do different things and what's exposed on there and whatnot. I guess that could always be interesting. Yeah. I presume random sections of 8 sections, so it could be 2 laundromats or 8 unique carriages. I don't know. I might make it so things like the laundromat are like unique. So like there'd only be 1 per randomized set of cars. Like the nuke for sure. The nuclear bomb car would definitely be like one of those cars that would only be generated once. I could see that being only generated once. But I think generic ones like this one, for example, which is just like rooms. This is like one of the ones that could probably be generated multiple times in a generation. I don't have much knowledge about P2P. What is the approximate pings to test in the right way? I just do 30 to 60 network emulation. But technically, Unreal is not peer-to-peer. It's all technically server authoritative. That being said, I'm still not a not a multiplayer wizard yet, so I still have much to learn about the subject as well. I think it'll be cool. We can maybe figure out how to randomize the colors of each of the trains. I think that'd be something cool to look into. Like we make the panels different colors. I think that could be sick. Something for the future. How you doing, Sass? The settings for smooth sync? Sure. So this is my item pickup system. Interpolation time is the same. Time smoothing is 0.5. Send rate is 30 with a... where is it? With a... Where is the setting for networking? We have a net update frequency of 25. So technically this should be 25 for the send rate. Sync ownership change is turned on because that's how we do the whole ownership thing. I don't sync the scale because we don't change the scale. Don't sync the movement mode. Scale is compressed. That's about it. Nothing too crazy. It's just the idea that we sync it. And then of course the player, when they're moving things around with the physics handle, which I'm probably going to change that entire system anyways, because physics handle doesn't take into account mass of other objects when you start moving things with the other objects. Like if you try to bump an item that you're holding onto into another object that's supposed to be heavy, it's going to bump it no matter what, which is really stupid and annoying. So I have to instead probably convert all of this to physics constraints instead of physics handle. Because at least with a physics constraint, it takes into account this stuff. But yeah, in tick, I'm constantly sending server calls to set the target location. So that's happening as well for that. And then of course, grabbing is also being done on the server on top of the client. And then locally, we set the target location. So locally, it'll set the target location here. Is that the right way to do it? I don't know. It works for now. By no means do not take that as like the most concrete way of doing it. It's just what works for me right now. so yeah. Might not be the most correct way of doing it. I don't know. And we'll see. I might just break all my code once I have to convert it to physics constraints. Which is technically as soon as possible, but... yeah, good luck. Best of luck. Oh, did this change the... Oh, it's not using the right material. Let's change that real quick while we're here. We might as well. Is this mirrored? Yes. This has interior, catwalk, and metal. We're going to instead make that exterior, no panels. This is also not working properly. Here we go. This is exterior, no panels as well. This is also exterior, no panels. Technically, I probably want that to be a different material, but whatever. It's better than the white materials that we have right now for it. There we go. Our little Lego grippers. Yeah. The grippers. Is that the right color? Yes. Okay, it's mirrored. All right. It's looking better. It's not great, but it's looking better. We need the floor to be separated. but I'm pretty happy with that. Big detail is going to be adding in pipes and cables sticking out, little things, because right now everything's super straight, but once we add those details, it's going to look real good. It's going to look real good, I think. Yeah. We'll get a nice variety of breakup. Let's turn this into an actual light. I think I'm going to use this. The hell kind of music is that, brother? You know, one thing that's kind of annoying is everything on this wall is angled. Which makes my life so much harder. Makes my life much, much, much harder. Why does the intensity look so low? I guess. I think if I turn off cast shadows, we're gonna see it through the wall a little bit. I think I might actually turn off cast shadows on this though, and then all I'll do is tilt it up a little bit. How did you make that emissive light texture on the ceiling lights inside of the train? There you go. It looks. Hold on. Okay, that looks good. Let me make sure that this has all the electrical actors. The emissive light texture on the ceiling lights inside of the train. This one here. That is in the lamp. That is just a texture that looks like this. That's it, really. And then it's specifically UV'd to match that texture. So it looks a little bit more, lively rather than a flat emissive, because flat emissive looks a little bit bland. Did the same thing here. Similar kind of texture. Oh yeah. A bog? What's the concept? It's a co-op survival horror. Friendslop type of game where you're basically, the players are basically train conductors or engineers or operators. And you got to keep the train running by like fixing parts of the train, scrambling around, getting items, throwing it into a furnace. Stuff like that. You know, typical stuff you'd do on a train. Yeah. I do have to change this. I think what I might do is reduce the health of the briefcase. Will it release on Steam? At some point, yes. When ready. Why would you burn the cogwheels? Why not? I gotta put them in. Oh, wait, look at that. We can look at the... Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Coming through. Okay. Dude, this is looking really lit up, actually. It's really looking bright. Oh, I gotta fix the ceiling. Oh, the ceiling. Yes, the ceiling. This room's looking cool, though. Yeah. You know what, this room, just because of the color palette and the kind of like the shape language, just reminds me so much of the Jedi, not the Jedi Temple, but kind of the Jedi area in Star Wars. It reminds me so much of that. Alright, cool. Alright, looking good. Which side has the light? I think it's this side. Cool. Does the train go through multiple different biomes? Yes, yeah. So from station to station, we would basically go through different biomes. We'll go through like snowy areas, and then you might freeze. It'll be like, yeah, there'll be like environmental hazards and all this kind of fun stuff. Haven't put that in yet, but it is on the list of plans, for sure. Maybe I should lower that light. Here we go. Oh shit, dude, back off, man, back off. Back off, man. Whips out crankable flashlight. What happens if you fall off? You'll die. There's no death mechanic yet, but you would essentially die. Alright, that looks good. I wanted to see what the light looks like at nighttime, or in the dark. Cool. Will I do a Snowpiercer Easter egg? I don't even know what the Easter egg would be for Snowpiercer, like a Snowpiercer Easter egg. Good, Dan. Already looks more polished than half the friendslop games out there. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though? Like, maybe by over-polishing, we kind of lose the identity of what this is supposed to be. Curious how you want to auto-scroll environmental things, like random trees? I'd probably just do, like, an instant static mesh, and then it just uses the same, GPU shader. I want to put the whole, like, dumpster diving shit in. I think one of these weeks we're going to go back to the stations and work on the stations some more. Get the interactions going and whatnot a little bit more. We should get the buying shop in here so we could buy shit. I think that'll be good. Maybe make these guys as heads. When you get close to them, they start looking at you. I think that'd be sick. I might have to turn them into a skeletal mesh for that, though, because I have no idea how I could do that in a GPU. Like, you could use rotation, but then how do we face it towards the player? I don't know. And then, of course, some more mini-game stuff would be awesome. Was Sufire a UE game? Yeah, it was. UE4. This one's in UE5. Bruh. Aren't you moving a tile and then resetting? Wouldn't that look weird with the trees resetting? It heavily depends. If I lay out the trees in a very specific way, we can make them tile, and it, like, when they reset, it wouldn't look any different, right? So... Alright, man. You might want to look at billboard materials for the eyes so they can face you in a shader. Their eyes are pretty abstract, so I wouldn't really need to do any, like, pupils or anything like that. I just have to move their head. Right? It's very abstract, just like a solid color kind of thing. Now, for the player character, however, I don't really know how I'm going to do the player character stuff. I think it probably has to be a part of the skeletal mesh. Either that, or we make, like... I don't know. The goal is to keep the train running. Yeah, basically, that's it. Just keep the train running. Fuel it with random objects that you find. Fix random little things occurring. Order on the train has been maintained, frequently used to mock situations where extreme arbitrary rules are enforced for balance. We could make a little reference to that. That would also be very fitting for the company that hires you. What the type of shit they would say. Am I using UE's built-in networking? For the most part, yeah, basically. Basically using the built-in networking. I'm gonna have to retexture that, aren't I? Fuck. Balls. Excited for this game already? I'm hoping it'll be, we're gonna do some extensive playtesting, making sure, like, it's really, like, you know, it's fun. You can mess around with your friends and stuff. Thanks for telling me about the late join pie option. It's so nice. Isn't it great, Peak? You can do, like, proper testing with, like, networking to see if, like, late joiners get, like, the proper states and whatnot. It's a nice way of testing states. Oh, we gotta fix that bug with the plunger. Man, really? Just get in there. Yeah, there you go. How do I get into the playtest? There's no way of getting in just yet. It's all very, very private. All of it right now, whenever I do any tests with people, it's like very technical. It's like, move this, put this in, you know, for like 5 minutes just to make sure things are like generally in the direction where they should be, but we don't have any proper gameplay testing at all. Make a no bikes sign and then put a bike in front of it. Now that's lore. That's lore, baby. Am I doing the carrying stuff with the physics handle? Yes, yeah. I'm gonna move it to physics constraint though, because physics handle annoyingly ignores mass of other objects, which is really just shit. Really garbage. So I'm probably gonna change up that entire system, which is gonna be really annoying to do, because like everything's gonna break most likely. Where's my ball? Where's my ball? No, seriously, where's my ball? Guys, where's my ball? Huh? Can you make the garbage a mimic and it eats the players opening its lid? I don't want to put any dangers in this. Well, we could. We could put dangerous shit in this area. Where's my ball? Oh, there's my ball. We are going to have mimics, though, for the luggages. So if you try to grab onto a luggage mimic, he's going to pop open, start running at you to eat you. Come on. Whatever, dude. Every weekday, Dan's. Every weekday. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Imagine having the train station has some sort of safe place, then after 10 stations it randomly has danger. I really want to... Dude, I think it'd be so sick as a completely side... Like a side mission thing that you can do at each station. Get a little bit of blueprints, kind of puzzle stuff going on. Like have a... Like for example, I want to make this container, like it'll be locked up, but you might be able to, in a run, find bolt cutters, and then you can bring the bolt cutters to this station, crack open the container, then the container can have some really, like, some interesting stuff. It could have items that you could use in your run, but also maybe like a key, and then that key opens a door at a different station. I want to do stuff like that. I think that'd be fun. A little bit of like a side mission kind of, you know, cool little opportunity to... We could also do as an opportunity to do like permanent unlocks. Like you could entirely unlock a completely different building. Maybe the building has completely different like little fun stuff, like a pool table or like a gambling machine or something. Yeah, are we making Blueprint the game? No. I just think I find that a cool idea. Having like... Yeah. Could have graffiti on the trains with clues for nerds. Yeah, we could do some like really cool lore stuff. That's like if you don't care for it, it's like it doesn't bother you at all. Obviously, if we do the whole thing where you unlock mini games with it, I guess you would miss out on the mini games, but yeah. People who are gambling in the game would bump up the age rating to 18 plus. Is there a way of doing a gambling machine that doesn't seem like gambling? Even if it's using in-game currency? I played the demo of a friendslop game where you need to fart every 5 seconds and the goal is to not shit yourself. See, like, I don't know, for me, like, yeah, maybe that's like funny for like 5 minutes. I think when a game tries to be funny, like it implicitly puts in things in the game for it to be like trying so hard to be funny, it just isn't funny, in my opinion. You know what I mean? There was this game recently called a game about sledding, and they had a roulette table in the cabin, and they had to remove it. No way. I'd rather put in stupid things in my game, like an air horn, and then you scare your friends, and then the funny moments become you using specific mechanics that are not necessarily trying to be funny, although I guess this one could be in the realm of trying to be funny. It instead opens up funny moments, I guess. Like, I might put some like little hand signals and stuff that you could do. Maybe dancing, but I don't know. I don't want to be too on the dot with dancing either, like dancing emotes and stuff. Be gone. Glow stick isn't gel, they're stiff. In this world, they're jelly and they're ready to dance. It just makes it. Listen, having a flat, stiff glow stick in your hand is kind of just boring. So, what if instead it gets all jiggly and wiggly and stuff? The age rating of my game was also bumped from 0 to 6 because I had combat items in the game. It's a kart racer. The age rating agent was like, we were made aware that you didn't disclose violence. Whatever, man. I'll put it in rated 18. There's technically a guy smoking a cigar in one of the areas, so... What is Lethal Company set to? Let's... Can I even see... Can I even see what the rating is for Lethal Company? Where do you even see that? Like, where do I actually see the age rating? At the right, you can see the rating. Do I just not see this shit because I'm Canadian and... shit's not absolutely fucked here, although it's getting there. Common Sense Media Game Reviews, Lethal Company. Age 14 plus. But is this the actual rating, or is this like... This is like random parents. Parents and kids are rating this shit. What the fuck is this website? What the fuck? Below languages list is the rating. I don't see it. I don't have that. You're at least 8. Oh, this is rated 18. Lethal Company's rated 18. Interesting. Because there's apparently an age check. For me, it's 16. To be fair, there's also, from what I remember, when you do the review thing on the Steam, when you do it on their website, the web interface for developers, there are different regions that have different things. I think Brazil has its own. I think Germany has its own, if I remember correctly. So could very well be like based on where you are in the world, you might just get a completely different rating because your ruling might be, the rules might be different. Interesting. Below that yellow playable, learn more on your screen is the default rating bar. Yeah, I don't have it. So I guess, I don't know. I guess it doesn't show it to me because I'm an adult. I'm an adult. Maybe it doesn't show it because I'm an adult. Let's see. Let's take a look at like Space Marine. Oh, right here. Oh, but this is an ESRB rating, so it's an actual official rating, which is why it would show this. Yeah, which, by the way, this is biggest fucking scam, because I'm pretty sure this costs money to do. Biggest fucking scam in existence. I think the only reason you ever have to fucking do this is if you want to submit to Sony. I think Sony requires an ESRB rating. Let me guess. Sony has stock in ESRB. It was either, I think it was ESRB, the one that you have to pay for to get it rated. I'm pretty sure it's ESRB. I did all the consoles and didn't need official rating agency. I think it's just for physical games. You're right. Actually, yes. Correction. You're right. It is for physical games. It's just for physical games. You're right. Okay, my bad. My bad. But still. That's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. I have a question about publishing on Steam. Does it use your Steam account name as the developer and publisher name, or do you get to change that? You get to modify that. Yeah. That being said, the recommendation that Steam usually has, which don't tell anybody I didn't do that, they recommend that you make it a completely different account, which I actually did recently do because I had to do a whole thing. So now I have a completely different account for all of my work stuff, but generally they recommend that you use a different Steam username just for logging in for safety and security purposes. But the developer name and the publisher name, you specify that. Like, in fact, it's stupid. I'm pretty sure I could put literally anything in here. Obviously, I'm sure there's probably some stuff that changes it. But, yeah. We got to get the Steam page ready for Train Rot, by the way, because it is still not, it's still not public. But the game is like nowhere near ready to take screenshots and all this other stuff. Oh no. In France, it's mandatory by law to show the PEGI thing, even for downloaded products. That's another subject. Interesting. I think PEGI, you might be able to do the PEGI thing through Steam. Steam basically does their best to, like, make it so you could just do the surveys directly from their website, from her correctly, which is really nice. So many people give Steam shit for like the 30% thing, but like they do make things really like pretty accessible to like release a game. So yeah, they have a whole system for it in Steamworks. It's great. It's great, honestly. It really is. Steam is definitely the most chill platform to release on. It's just really straightforward. Everyone just wants to cry about everything. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. You don't know what bullshit you got to go through if you want to try releasing on your own store. Try releasing on your own store. Try making your own store, and then good luck dealing with the one thing you're gonna have to deal with is doing refunds yourself. Have fun with that. You're definitely going to get your game or your page banned in certain countries if you don't fulfill that stuff. Or you'll get sued. Either one, I don't know. Although I was amazed by how much the console guys actually test the game. They found bugs that I and all my players have never seen. Really? Well, I know if... I don't know if some of that is NDA, but I'm pretty sure they do some QA stuff for game releases, which is nice. That makes sense, push buttons. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it'd be fun to have like a little fun gambling machine where you can gamble some of your currency, and it's like all of your friends, your entire lobby, the entire lobby is one currency value. So if you're gambling, people are going to see that you're losing money. You're making everybody lose money. The house always wins. The house always wins. It's going to pump your age rating. I know, but how can we trick the system? How can we do a chance-based system that doesn't look like a chance-based system? Huh? What if we call it Gamba instead of gambling? We call it Gamba. Hear me out. You buy trading cards, and that has an upfront cost, and then you open the trading cards, and then you can sell the good ones. Hmm? Huh? That's not, hey, it's not gambling. It's just business, baby. It's just business, baby. You're going in, you're purchasing a product, you're finding a really good one, and then you're selling the product. It's just like Pokemon cards. Yeah. Kinder eggs. There you go. Yeah. It's not gambling. It's called, I don't know. You could consider a Kinder egg as being gambling because in theory, there could be some toys that are more rare than others, and therefore they have a monetary value associated to them. Therefore, Kinder eggs equals gambling. Okay. Here's my lawyer. It's me. I'm the lawyer. Kinder eggs are illegal in the US, though? Well, that's just because they're stupid and they had kids eating them. Kinder eggs equals NFTs? Exactly. At least they have guns at Walmart. Exactly. For hunting. For hunting. Animals. For hunting animals. I'm going to play RE9 in 7 hours, just so you know. Phoenix, I understand that you're extremely excited, and I hope it is good for you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the shit out of that game. Just call them surprise mechanics like EA. Technically speaking, every RPG that has randomized items is... Like, obviously, it's dumbing it down. I don't like this argument because someone used this argument against me. It's like, all games technically have gambling because there's randomized mechanics. I was like, okay, it's not entirely fucking true. But, technically speaking, all RPGs that have random items in chests is gambling in some way. I hate that argument, though. I gotta be honest. But, just to be memey. What am I working on today? We were working on the look of the train and also making sure like the modular system is working well and what to note. You could run a rat racing track instead of betting. You could feed and train the rats you hope will win and then earn sponsorship dividends. Holy shit. Rat races. The rat races. That could be more fun, too. The rat races. But I think they would still view it as gambling, because isn't horse racing technically gambling, a form of gambling? Wait, are horse races technically gambling? In history, right? Horse races are gambling. Wait, okay, hold on. Okay, hear me out. Rating aside, that actually is a really cool idea, because I had the idea where you could trap a rat inside of a cage and then bring that cage around with you, which, you know, in byproduct, you have a rat now alive. What if you could bring that rat to the rat races and you could participate your rat into the race? And maybe by feeding your rat, you can give them different things and then they go faster and shit. Oh, shit. Now we got some meta progression. This guy got so wacky after you learned about the Rat King. Dude, the Rat King, I thought it was going to be something completely different, and it was like some weird-ass thing, dude. Now you're talking? I know I'm talking. I know. I can hear my own voice. It's the worst thing ever. I kind of want to put a window here. But a tiny one. A tiny window. I want to make a tiny variant window. Let's do that. Let me actually double check that all of this is working. Hear me out. What if we just scrap the trains, just make it rat racing, but with your friends? Now we're talking. Now you're talking my language, brother. I think I'm quite literally breaking all of the UVs. I think all of the UVs are broke. Like, look at this shit. What the fuck happened? What happened? What actually happened? Something absolutely horrible just happened to our model. Is this what I want for the tiny square, though? What's the width of this? 3 meters. What if we make it 2 meters? Yeah, maybe not. You know, on second thought, maybe not. No, but I feel like mechanics like that make a game like this, a game that's so simple on the surface. You know what I mean? It makes it so much more interesting doing stuff like that. Don't you guys agree that, like, doing little shit like that just makes things that much more interesting? You know? I spent a shitload of time in the casino in Schedule 1. I see the vision. What kind of gambling did the casino have in Schedule 1? Traditional stuff like blackjack and whatnot? Pretty much. I just think that'd be cool, you know? You go to the stations, you think they're just super simple little stations, and then you like slowly start unlocking more of them. And then each station becomes like, you know, you spend some time at the stations, kind of just having fun with it and just doing different things. I think that's, I don't know, I just think that I like the idea of it, at least. I like the idea of it. Oh, that's the wrong material. No wonder I was confused why the material looks like that. That piece is the interior. Ah, whoopsies. Whoops, I seem to have fucked up a little bit. Seem to have caused a little bit of an oopsie. What is that voice? Is it worth to not have gambling to get the age 6+ rating? I don't really give a shit about the age rating. I'm going to be fucking honest. I think I did see something new in accordance with the UK where they're kind of doing some wacky stuff with their rating, but I don't think I'm too worried about it. Okay, I think we're going to need a wall piece that's much smaller than 2 meters. I think we need a 1 meter wall piece. It's time to make the 1 meter wall piece. Regrettably, we must make the 1 meter wall piece. Rabbit holes can add a lot of depth. Building your level 1 rat up has its own cycle. It would be pretty evil if you end up having to cast your now plump and loved companion into the engine's heart to fool your way to the final station. Right? Or in general, items that like you kind of need in like the treasure hunt. Like for example, it's like you literally the last item you have in your fucking inventory, but you need to use it is the bolt cutters. You got to throw those fuckers in the engine. I think that just makes it, it puts in little chance-based elements to the game, but I'm cool with that. I think it just makes it more interesting, if anything. Oh. For co-op multiplayer, a death pool mechanic could help promote some healthy betrayal. A death pool? Define death pool. Bro, is this not in the right spot? Oh my god, it's not in a grid spot. Why do I gotta make my life so damn hard? Okay, here's an idea. Let's just select everything. And then shift it. Is this also? Oh wait, this whole wall is not positioned correctly. Of course. Of course. There we go. I am, however, noticing that the leaks on this window are, of course, not correct. There we go. Hell yeah, tiny window. Only the NSFW games in the UK, you need a credit card to buy it, even see this. Oh, is it just for NSFW games? Gotcha. But I thought they were gonna do like a blanket, like rated 18 thing. Unless it's just for NSFW games. I would like to copy the collision. There we go. So I copied the collision. Now we just have to kind of move all of this. Okay, so now, yes. Hell yeah, we got ourselves a tiny little window. Look at that. Incy wincy window. Everyone chips in. You can either have an even split, or if you think someone else has higher odds of dying next, you can shift your percentage share at the risk of reducing your share on the death of someone else. Interesting. So would the death pool only take into account any currency? The problem is, okay, the problem with the death pool is if any outside currency gets put into the death pool, it could get cheated, because we have to consider that all of the players' currency are combined. They don't have their own separate currencies. Everyone is going to be just have a shared currency. So I don't know how we would make that work. Wondering why you would export the individual train elements. Why don't you just do the whole thing in Blender? Multiple reasons: occlusion, optimization, and also if I wanted to make like a new train, I have to go into Blender, do all of it in Blender. It's just not a fun time. So it's a lot easier for me to just make it into modular pieces. For me to make a unique train, I now have to go in here and make a whole ass new piece, which is all combined into one mesh, which is not the best workflow, to be honest. Even as simple as like something like this, where it's like I want to, let's say in the future I want to swap this out with a door to go outside. You know, once I make the modular piece for this, I could make a door that just goes here, and then we can just go outside. You know what I mean? Like that. That's basically how nice it is. It makes it a lot more customizable. Brings things to the engine a bit more. Yeah, this is also being reused. So this is now instanced, and if we're inside, ideally those just don't render anymore. So not rendering those anymore. For some reason, these are being rendered. I think it's the bounding boxes. I might be able to make these smaller, but we'll see. While watching a stream in the background, some random guy said that the physics handle doesn't calculate mass, and at that moment I just stayed silent. No, I'm just deleting all the code I wrote. Well, at least for me. So I'll show you guys an example. The physics handle, as far as I and some others, does not take into account the mass of the object. So you can start dragging other items around. Let's say I made a really heavy object that's like heavy to run into and everything. If I start dragging this and, you know, dragging it into it, it'll move it like it's nothing, because it just doesn't take into account the mass. Like this one. This is a pretty heavy object. Well, at least ideally, right? The thing is, I can take this and just drag it into it like it's nothing. Which is stupid. It's really annoying, and there's no way of controlling that. So I gotta swap everything to like a physics constraint instead. Which might function better anyways. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, this might be a bomb. No bomb. We are safe today. I don't know why my left click lets go. I think my mouse is breaking. I think I need to buy a new mouse soon. Either that or something's releasing it. Oh, I hear the gears are broken in the back here. But yeah, that's why I'm doing the modular workflow. It just feels a lot better to play around with as well. Like, for example, this whole engine car is mostly one whole mesh. Which is pretty chaotic. I think, what's the button? What's the button to only show this one mesh? Visibility, show only selected. Mm-hmm. Of course. Why, yes. Show only selected. Of course. It's not working. Very good. Yeah. Try the physics constraint? Yeah, I don't fully know if it's a similar workflow as the physics handle in terms of like grabbing an object and whatnot, but I assume it's similar-ish. Similar-ish. Yeah. Anyways, hold on. Let me stand up. Let me get some water. I haven't stood up in a while. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hello. Waiting for my studio to be finished so it's nice and puppy proof. I can treat myself to a new keyboard and mouse. Studio? When you guys say studio, do you mean like your bedroom is kind of combined with your main space? Or studio as in like it's one of those like really tall apartments? Or do you mean studio as in like an actual studio? What are these videos? This is from my game that I released. Suit for Hire. From my one and only released game currently. Okay. What's next on the chopping block? What if there was a high octane item that could be thrown into the furnace to give the train a speed boost? Launching everyone to the back of the train car? We had the idea where you could throw a bomb into the furnace and it causes a big speed boost. I don't know about I don't know about it launching everyone, but that would be pretty funny. I would be down for that. No, it's definitely something I developed. Yeah. Yep. It's this game right here. Right here. Yeah. Yep. Yo, Magma. People are playing Marathon. I was watching a stream of it. It looks it looks okay. It looks okay. Honestly, I just don't really care about any like what game releases do I really care for? I just Deadlock. Just give me Deadlock or I don't know what other games. What other games are coming out? Games releasing in 2026. Like I remember, I think we literally looked at this list in a stream, and there was just nothing I really cared for, to be honest. Oh, Slay the Spire 2, I suppose. Mouse PI for Hire is cool, but I don't know if it's a game I would play. It's more of a game like I'd probably just watch a streamer play. I don't know. I guess 007 First Light again, a game that I'd probably just want to watch someone play. Phantom Blade Zero. Phantom Blade Zero. This reminds me a lot of like what I'd probably do with Ronin for combat, but Bubsy 4D is right there. Releasing on everything. What the fuck is Bubsy 4D? What? What the? It's a furry game? Fur D. Fur D. Fur D. You get it? Fur D. Fur? Like furry? Fur. Whatever. Checked Phantom Blade up a lot. Do you play those types of games? I just think they're cool. I just think it's sick. I love the animations that they got going on for it, like the different combat stuff. It's like stuff that I would want to make, I guess. It maybe be a game that I would play. Maybe. I really just don't play that many games, so I'm like a very bad judgment for being a gamer. I'm I'm just not a... I'm not a good gamer these days, you know what I mean? Game up, gamer. Game up, gamer. Skate is looking really rough. I think they apparently laid off a bunch of their developers, so... Ooh, I was looking forward to that, and then, yeah. Ooh. Star Wars Zero Company. What is that? Oh, is that the... Oh, that's the kind of XCOM style game, if I remember correctly. Dude, I'm more into, like, action games. Not turn-based, but this looks good. Like, don't get me wrong, this looks good. Like, visually, this looks good. It looks really good. Like, it just... Yeah, ooh. People have been playing the skate game for a while, TBH? Why is it that they had to lay off developers then? Why did they scale down? I'm stoked for Wolverine. Apparently, are they not, like, I saw a random post, I don't know how true it is. They're apparently not releasing Wolverine on PC. Is it just a random rage bait Reddit post yet again, or? Oh yeah, that PVKK game. Is that the one where you're in like a command center? Yeah. The command center game. You know, this is pretty, I feel like this is pretty train rot pilled. Because isn't it like very like physics based, dragging shit around and stuff? Oh shit, yo. Wolverine's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive, probably on PC after a year or two. Oh. Like Sony's being kind of scared of losing console exclusivity. It makes sense to me. PC gaming's popping off. I want to watch this because I feel like I haven't given this a watch. Oh yeah, it's like just clicking things, dragging things around. Hell yeah. It's so good, dude. Oh, you put the cassette into the thing. They made a full-size controller that brought the Gamescom and it was really sick. Damn, that's so cool, man. One day I'll do cool stuff like that. You gotta oil the machine? Oh shit. This is definitely gonna be one of those games where it's like you're doing a regular ass job, but then things get really weird and creepy and whatnot. Oh wait, did they see like a person? Oh shit, oh damn. There was a shadow of a person. Oh shit. Hey, they're cutting in. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's cool. I would assume horror or some... No, actually, horror is not actually a element. Psychological. How did you see that shadow of a person? 140 IQ. Yeah, I got eyeballs. Yeah, I use my eyeballs. He's chronically paranoid. Okay, actually, though, I kind of am a little bit. There was a time where I would I think the moments where I was like at home alone and my partner was gone, I used to sometimes put one of my chairs in front of the front door just in case. If someone broke in, I would hear it and then I would die slower. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cool ass trailer, man. Actually, good inspiration for my game, all of the little different controls. They are much more smaller though, like much smaller objects. Like my game is focusing on a lot larger objects mostly for like controls and stuff, mainly because it's just a little bit easier collision wise and whatever, and multiplayer. Oh, he's shooting at a ship. Oh, I didn't even realize that. That's just great, dude. Oh, and the thing there. Oh. I really am not using my eyeballs. We need a bunch of like, dude, we need a bunch of like controversial, not controversial, but like political signage like this. What's that term called? It's like shit that gets you like working and stuff. We need a bunch of that in Train Rot. Little things like that. Propaganda. Yeah, gotta get some propaganda up in there. So much about having eyes. Listen, I have eyes when I want to. You should make a ridiculously complicated contraption that turns out to just be a soup vendor. Or a coffee machine. Push these 3 buttons, then flip the switch, then swap the fuse, and then... and then all you hear is ding! Cappuccino. Frappuccino, cappuccino, macchiato, matcha. I love the fucking side-eye look. That's funny. What a great trailer, man. What a great ass trailer. The enemy is in control of the city. You failed your duty. Your station cannot fall into enemy control. Executing Rule 30. Uh-oh. I would assume Rule 30 is the cannon slowly rotates towards you in the window, and then... I'm assuming that is Rule 30. Yeah, this looks awesome, dude. I love this shit. Very retro. Very, very close to kind of like what I'm doing for our panels. Like, kind of. This is more industrial kind of vibe, but there's a retro vibe to it as well. That I'm kind of trying to go for our computer panels and whatnot. Yes. Train together, train to the top. Train against rot. No, we can't do train against rot. That's anti-propaganda, okay? Because rot is the company. The Railway Operations and Transport. Reminds me of that mech game that came with a big ass controller. Can't remember the name. Wasn't that Mech Warrior? Whatever the fuck it's called. I think I know exactly the one you're talking about. No. It was a huge controller. I think I know which one you're talking about. It's like huge. It was massive. Just a big bulk of fucking plastic. This is a big thing of fucking plastic. I think I know which one you're talking about. That might have just been their inspiration. But to be fair, there's like tons of games that are kind of like that, where you like take control of a little space and you just have your tiny little space. Very cool, dude. Super sick. Super sick. Very cool. Don't rot your friendship. Be nice to each other. All right, so how are we looking now? Right, we got to do the ceiling. The ceiling is the final piece of the puzzle. See, here's how I'm thinking we're going to do the leaks around the edges of the ceiling. Here's how I'm thinking we're going to do. We'll do an inset here. This inside will have nothing. Okay, hold on. You need to make a second UV map for this. This outer edge, we're going to mark a seam here. Unwrap this. Then we'll just turn it into a rectangle. And there we go, baby. That's it. That's it. Well, I gotta tick those things because I still have to update my plugin because it's broken. Ceiling. So now we should see nice leaks along the edges. I don't know if it makes sense that we have the same leaks along the edges that we do on the wall. That might not make too much sense now, I think. What the hell, man? Oh, right, I didn't edit this. I might not want to do either that or we make the leak smaller. Dude, why can't I export when it's isolated? That doesn't make any sense. We can make the leak slightly smaller. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yes. Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Final piece and then the game is out. Well, not quite. Well, yeah, no. Well, no. Unfortunately, no. Not quite. Sadly, we are still a ways away. Had to Google it. Steel Battalion. That might be the one. I think I do know which one you're talking about though. Like with the big fucking thing, the huge, humongous thingy. Oh, we should use this here actually. Be a good spot to use this, so then we can get more light. I technically want that light to reach this wall as well. There we go. That looks quite good. I am realizing though, I gotta say, the spotlight's doing fucking nothing. It might as well not even exist. Like, look how much it's doing. It's doing nothing. It's not doing anything. This light is fucking useless. Mods? Mods eradicate the light. I think the only thing the light is offering for us right now is a little bit of volumetric fog. That's it. That's it. It's otherwise it's useless. Let's see. Spawn it in. Spawn it in. Spawn it in. Okay. Spawn it in. No, spawn it in. Spawn in the right one. Okay. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. That's not the right one. Oh my god. It's so close yet. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Yeah, even the volumetric fog isn't even like that impactful. We might just... Like, obviously I don't want to remove the spotlights, but I think we might be able to like optimize them a little bit. Hey, can you stop like walking towards me ominously? Okay, alright, goodbye. This is really bright over here. I might have to tune that down a little bit. Might have to tune that down a little bit. Might have gone a little bit overboard. Yeah, I think we could make some optimizations to these spotlights now that I think about it. I honestly think we could. We could also honestly fake some of our volumetric fog. Potentially. Like create like fake thingy. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Chat? Y'all get what I'm putting down? Because, like, look at this shit, man. Pathetic. It's disgusting. And useless. I think it only provides value here. Over here, it's like, it's not doing anything. It's not providing anything. Pathetic. How stupid. Are you aware of the train stopping force in the UK known as leaves on the track? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. You're asking a lot of complex questions. Listen, what do you take me for? A train professional? All right, looking good. Can you imagine some like little windows at the top here? Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, we're talking. Now we're talking. The second floor though looking kind of like ass though, where you know, once we figure this out, like hopefully it'll look nice, but currently looking like fucking ass. We're also going to have to figure out a system where if you are on the second floor, it does not show any of the lights on the first floor. Because as you can see, non-shadow casting lights are leaking. It's a crawl space. It could be a crawl space. It could be. Could be. Entire routes seem to become inaccessible in the fall because British trains can't cope with wet leaves. Ah, the British. What do you mean? That's insane. Is the game releasing this year, boss? Hopefully. Hopefully. We've got a good system going now, though, where we can make more train carriages. The only downside right now is the interior walls. The interior walls essentially... yeah, need to be authored themselves, which is kind of shit. I realize that probably should have more explanation, but that's all I got for you for now on that. Yeah, I'm gonna need a like a 7-page essay on that. So what if we copy this and then we go on ahead to cabin 2. Right, we got cabin 2. The chairs could be a separate mesh. We also need to make a different cabin structure here that only has this one side for the thing. But in theory, if we delete this, that's fine. I guess we delete literally everything else. Let me paste this in here. Also, gonna have to delete the old lights. I think this has its own share of lights. Yeah, they're at a different floor. Okay, so let's hide these real quick. Let's also delete the old cabin manager. I don't know which one the old one is. I think this is the other one. It's fine, whichever one's in here, honestly. We can just recalibrate it anyways. Delete the fuse box. The ladder will keep because the other ladder we're going to delete. Light mass importance volume, don't know why we need that. Which audio volume should I be keeping? Let me keep this one. Do I have any duplicate parts here? Okay, good. So let's delete the custom walls on the inside. With the doors, delete that. We got some item spawners in here. I'm cool to keep those. And then in here we can gather relevant actors. Let's maybe also delete... No, let's keep that. Okay, so this will be our variant 2 of the cabins because it's going to instead... Well, for one, the ladder's going to be on a different side. It's going to have a second story. And then blah, 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 blah. The ladder's going to be a different spot. So... How do we handle this? Well, I guess we just select children, duplicate this along to here, delete the catwalk, because we're going to take the old catwalk and the ladder. Okay, now we have the new version. We have the ladder. And then make sure everything is parented to... Oh! Clear the parent. Create new parent. All is good. Everyone's happy. I think. So we got the new catwalk version. I don't think there's anything else unique to this one. I will say, however, we need to make some more adjustments to make this work, because there's no way this is how we got to do this. I'm not too happy about that, but it is what it is. So this is cabin-1. This will be cabin-2, the new cabin-2. All right, so now I can export this. We'll do this, and then we'll re-import this. Exterior, no panels. Catwalk is still the same. Metal interior, walls. Which is also, for some reason, on the outside material there. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Wood floor. We technically don't want the wood floor. Oh yeah, I gotta separate the floor, actually, now I think about it. Whoops. That has to be something different, but that's okay. So now we have variant 2. The ladder's in a different side. There's only one catwalk. Or 2 catwalks, actually. The one that goes to the second story on the outside, so you can do the electrical job. Not sure how I feel about... You know what, actually that looks fine. And now we've adjusted cabin 2. What's our light complexity look like here? Not good. Again, another situation where the spotlight does basically jack shit. It's doing essentially nothing. Do I make the materials myself? Some of them I do, yeah. But there is a lot of stuff that we do need to change. I think this is 8, 6. We need to make these spotlights do something better because this is ridiculous. Let's get just the random... Oh, I don't even have a 3 meters. I got a 4 meter though, so that's fine. So we'll hook the 4 meter in. Yeah, we do need to make a different floor. But now, we are now generating the new cabin. So cabin 2 is now the new one. Which is just an open area with some items. I think it'd be cool to play around with like an open ceiling. I think that would look super sick. Oh, dude, you know what'd be sick? We could do like almost like a villa kind of vibe where it's like the middle is open. I don't know if we could even like, I don't know how much we could actually do there. At an aquarium? I thought about it, because I know Snowpiercer has a whole ass aquarium area. We could do like a villa thing, but we don't really have too much like space to do that, unfortunately. Oh, a library. We could do a library. Library sounds cool, man. Because then we could have like books on the walls, and then you can like run around the edges. I could see that being pretty cool. That could be a pretty cool room. Maybe it spawns more books or something, I don't know. Is this the other one? Right? Oh, back to back, look at that. Let's hide in here. He's trying to open the door. No. This room's taken. He's trying to get back in. No, go away. You know, Bella, how's it going? Dude, go away. No, this is my room. What are these things that you're hiding from? Ah, it's just a capsule with my face on it. It's our very base monster behavior at the moment. It's our block out monster with all the behavior that we're gonna have to do and stuff. Cool. Cool. I'm liking where this is going. The power is out. So you can climb the ladder, go up to the second area here. I can't hook it in because the collision for this is incorrect. Well, isn't that great? So I'm gonna have to fix the collision for that, I think. For all of these. Because it's not angled. Here's what I'm thinking. We'll make 2 separate collision meshes as 2 separate cubes. Or I wonder if I could just make 1 cube and just make it a UCX. How far in the development am I? Still pretty early, I'd say. Like, it's been 2 months, but I'd say we're still, like... The gameplay loop isn't, like, fully there or anything just yet. So we still got a... Still got a little ways to go. I'm gonna keep that as a base. So what I want to do is generate collision from this. Convert to a... I don't know if it could be turned into a box. Let me see if this could be done as a box. I don't think this will work as a box. But let's try it. Which piece is this? 6 meters. I don't even think it's importing it. I also don't know why it's... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think it has to be UCX, unfortunately. Sad. Very sad. Yeah. It has to be UCX. Hopefully releasing by June. Hopefully. There's a Train Fest later this year after June. June is also when the next fest is. So we'll see. But hey, listen, if we can't do it in June, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it. I want the release of this to be like solid. If we got to take some more time for it, then we'll do just that. If we got to take a little bit more time for it, then I will do just that. So this is 5 meters. Should now have the correct collision. Yep. Okay. Well, this is what we're doing. Convert to convex. Export. How about having a pre-recorded announcement that glitches out, announces gibberish that contains clues for the super nerds? The super nerds. I'm down. I'm down with the idea. I don't know how creative I could get. Honestly, being in the friendslop genre is kind of terrifying because like the top dogs are like, I gotta say, they're like Repo, Lethal Company, Peak, all these games. They're so creative, dude. I don't know how. It's crazy. It's crazy how creative they are. I need to find that one cabin. Cabin 2. This is cabin 2. I need to see if we can move the fuses around successfully now. The collision was kind of in the way. Alright, there we go. Success. We've fixed the collision. Mimesis doesn't have all that much secrets and creativity. One main monster, it's already getting semi-popular in the friendslop genre. Yeah. I guess, yeah. Can I attach this to another item? Yes. Yes, I can. Oh. Yeah, we gotta fix... The plunger has quite a few bugs. We do have to fix the plunger. The plunger be quite the buggy, quite the buggy thing. Dude. Damn it. Oh. Oh, I wanted to use it as a jetpack. Alright, now that we got more cabins, let's see what's broken. Is cabin 2 broken? Cabin 3? The engine is broken. The engine is still broken. What's broken in the engine? Oh, this. I do have... There's one thing I do have to change here. You cannot accidentally put the plug into the wrong thing, and I kind of want to do that so then you can damage yourself. Something went out. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to make the maintenance tasks not as frequent. Because everything breaks constantly. So we're gonna have to do quite a bit of balancing. Because right now, like, you basically have no time to loot anything because it's like everything's breaking. So we'll definitely have to do some proper smart stuff for balancing the game. We'll have to be smart about when things activate and whatnot. Maybe we can activate more things in the engine car. If there's like someone camping in the engine car, like we just make the power go out more frequently. Like, you know, we'll make it smart in a way that like it's not like super annoying. That could be like a good way of doing things. I think that'd be good. We'll make it smart, I think. All right. Cool. Not a crazy amount of progress done today, but mostly just fixing things. How do we do? Add exterior material. We have to still separate the floor, and I have to make a vent kit. But things are looking up. Our cabin system's getting there. Or car system, or whatever. Let me move cabin 2 to the right folder. Things are getting there, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I do like the idea of the library, by the way. Let me add that to the list. Library. Laundromat, cargo, library. We have a bunch of different ideas of things that we can come up with. Maybe a little... The dining hall. Could maybe do that next as well. What are some other ideas I had for like different... We have the laundromat, cargo, library, dining hall. Obviously we'll have like generic kind of apartment areas. Little rooms type of thing. What was something... What's some other types of cars we could do? Oh, right, we got the flatbed one. We got to make a flatbed one that has like random cargo and stuff on the flatbed. That'll look cool. And that'll be quite different because it's just flat. We kind of have that already with cabin 4, apparently. So cabin 4 kind of does that. But of course, it just doesn't have any texturing. It doesn't... This is the wrong one. Carbon 5? Yeah, cabin 5. So this one's kind of the flatbed. We're going to put like cargo and shit on here that's like strapped down. It should look pretty cool. Give us some opportunity to do different things in here. And then, yeah. If you want to go more towards the horror element, maybe a meat locker car. Oh, shit. With like hanging animals off the thing. Some carcasses. Yeah, that could be a cool one. That could be cool. I don't know if that would be maybe connected to the kitchen. Maybe we could connect that to the kitchen car. Physics swinging the meat around. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, we could even make them skeletal meshes so they have a little bit of like like anim body kind of look to them. Why not? Why not? I wonder if that should be connected to the kitchen car though, because I'm thinking I don't want to make an entire car just a whole ass kitchen. I feel like it makes sense if it was like connected to a fridge, a big like fridge. I feel like a meat locker would fit that bill pretty well. But I don't know if I'm going to make the kitchen a part of this lineup. Like, I guess we could. Might as well. It just won't spawn the chef because I don't have the chef. So laundromat, cargo, library, dining hall, flatbed, kitchen. And then, of course, we have the apartments. Yeah, I feel like this is a really cool lineup. And then, of course, we could just come up with really generic, simple ones that are just like some rooms and stuff, kind of like what we have with our current version 1. Let's see. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn. One of them could be like an office meeting room where it's like you have the sides that are kind of open. So this is the outside of the train, but this is the inside. You have like the sides that are open so you can walk around. But then maybe it's like all of this is glass windows and then you got like doorways to go through. Maybe we could make this one of the variants where it's like everything's kind of fucked up, like some of the glass windows are broken and then you got like some meeting tables in here or something. That could be kind of a cool one. Yeah, office. I like that one. An office. Best boss ever mug with a white best boss ever. It really is going to be a goofy ass train because it's like you got an office and then you got a kitchen and then you got like random things all over the place. Like I think that'll be the really interesting aspect. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this now 8? Damn, that's already 8 different variants. And then of course we could probably make some really basic ones as well that are just like random items and stuff. I like this. The office could be really cool because you could have like a little front entrance, then you go in the back. Have a little open area, and then you got the meeting room. Also, good opportunity for RP. Some fun, goofy role play with friends. You know what I mean? We'll put like a water fountain somewhere or a water cooler or whatever they call it. I could see that being kind of fun. Maybe a coffee machine somewhere in there. Then maybe you could drink coffee and then maybe it gives you a speed boost. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Maybe longer stream. Don't know. We'll see. I could go longer today, but honestly, I'm kind of just feeling like chilling. Maybe doing some stuff off stream. So, yeah. Good list. I'm very happy with this list. We got a lot of fun stuff that we could do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Have a great day. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chatting, and sticking around. Sticking around. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chatting, sticking around. And more work tomorrow. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We're making progress, I think. Slowly but surely. Yeah. Okay, goodbye.